The Occupational Health and Safety Act gives practical guidelines on how to manage health and safety issues, and your employer should have a health and safety representative.
In the event that somebody gets injured, whether it be a visitor or a staff member, that we have something in place immediately to prevent them from dying or from getting any infections because we didn't act appropriately or immediately, as well as covering the company so we don't incur any fines.
Health and safety regulations address issues such as first aid boxes, policies relating to HIV and TB, fire safety, smoking and workplace fire safety.
There's a lot of things we put in place, and then we actually do daily assessments, weekly assessments and monthly assessments. The staff help us with this, so often I'll get a staff member to say, listen, I tripped over this stair or this carpet. Please fix. We fix it. I inform maintenance immediately. So there's constantly things every day that put people in danger. I inform my staff of the health and safety procedures on an annual basis, face to face. We have to have that. So I do a presentation. I've got a presentation and I amend it accordingly, and I go through it with all the staff. If they're not here, if they're sick, they come and see me, and I'll do a one-on-one with them. The second way is by sending out weekly health and safety tips, and then of course ad hoc emails of something that's happening that they should be aware of.
While it's good to have effective health and safety policies in place with a designate representative, it's key that employees know the policies as well.
I do know what our health and safety protocol is at the office. We get weekly tips, and we've been part of presentation sessions which Juanita sets up for us, and we've also had fire drills, plenty of them.
When something happens, just keep calm and quiet. Keep yourself cool in the first place, then sound the alarm, get all the relative parties together and to exit the building in a calm and steadily manner to the exit point.
Why do I feel they're important? Because, well, for starters, if you don't follow them, you'll probably die. And secondly, I mean, it creates an order, because with that order, it's easy to get people to safety.
Each and every person needs to know what is happening around the building. I'll just make an example about smoking. Some people don't smoke, so smoking inside the building may affect their health and your health as well. So it's very important to know what's happening around your office.
We are in a big building, there's plenty of people and a lot can happen. So it's good to know what the procedures are, and I do feel safe.
The health and safety officer is also responsible for all administration when incidents occur, as well as admin regarding fire drills and other training events.
Keep my health and safety folder with me at all times. I've got a folder here. What I do is if there's an incident or it gets reported, it goes into this recording of incidents. And I then scan this in and send it to HR immediately, as well as the health and safety manager. And at our next health and safety meeting, we meet on a monthly basis. We go through the incident and we decide how can we prevent this from happening in future and what can we put in place. As for tips to staff, I've put a template in place so I can send tips on a weekly basis. And the last tip we sent out was about the first aid box. The first aid box will be locked, but the key will be with the health and safety rep and first aider on your floor, which is by law, it has to be locked. Nobody can just walk in and grab whatever they want. It tells you exactly what you can find in the first aid box. And each week I send a different tip. So in the event of a fire drill, the alarm will go off. And then I'll put on my emergency hat so I'm clearly visible to all staff. So the next step would be for me to direct all our staff in that area, or in my office, towards the exits. So then I will direct all the staff through these doors. I will open them up, make sure they're all out. In a real emergency, I would smash the glass. By law, we have to have an annual fire drill. We do it twice a year because we're quite a large company. Each floor of the building has to have an evacuation emergency plan, which must be visible to all staff so they know where to go, where the exits are, where the fire extinguishers are located, and where you are when you're looking at the fire plan.
Familiarize yourself with your employer's health and safety policies and get to know your representative so that you can enjoy the benefit of being safe at work.